been up all night. There's no one around here. We've had them all lined up against the wall.
If he was a toe bag from around a manor, we'd know.
We'd know.
You know! You fucking know! You wouldn't have us next door fucking neighbours! Now get out there and find them! I'm sick of that fucking sight! Get out of my fucking sight! You little shit!
It's embarrassing. It's a disgrace. That's what it is, a disgrace.
What's happening, guys? So, we all know why we're here. We all know why we're here. Yeah? We're here to congratulate Liverpool on getting the title that they deserve. Yeah? A title that they earned. Yeah? They kept doing their thing, and it eventually led them to the title that they've won. I seem to remember doing a video months back, early on in the season, on man like Bavs, who said that even if Slot was to win the league, I'm still Arteta in. Remember that? Remember Robbie at the start, I think before the season started, he said, because obviously we were under the assumption that Man City will be the ones that, you know, will be up there and we're trying to win the league against them at that point. That if we were to finish second behind Man City again, he would still give Arteta another shot. Same guy who said Southgate needed to go because you can't get us over the line. Same guy. Same guy. So that man right there, he better win us the Champions League now. You know what I mean? He better deliver. Over my dead body FC. That's what we are. Now, I haven't seen anything up. In all fairness, and I'm not just saying this, I forgot Liverpool won the league today because I was busy today. I forgot that it happened. I had the FA Cup game on in the background. I forgot that it happened. Yeah, because my mind was just elsewhere. Yeah. But the point of the matter is it's happened, and this season was supposed to be the season that we're supposed to win it. We're supposed to be the next of kin. But we could do it. And I told you, man. In fact, I'm forgetting my I can see my hat right there. That's through the thing. Just give me 2 seconds. Because this is not acceptable. Right? This whole finishing second and we put pressure on, mate. Unacceptable. But it's tolerated in this fan base, in this sorry ass fan base. Yeah? In this sorry ass fan base, it's okay to be finishing second. Second on a 3-peat. And even then, we might not even finish second. So big up to Rod, big up to Rod, big up to Warren in here. J Talks Football says, I want to hear humbleness or nothing. You will hear what you will hear, my friend. You might hear stuff you like, and you might hear stuff you don't like. You know what I mean? Quite groupy. I'm just happy. You should be happy. I would expect you, man, to be happy. But as I said in my video on Instagram and TikTok, should Arsenal win the Champions League, right? Let's just stop there. Should Arsenal win the Champions League, the only people that care about this will be Liverpool fans. That's the only people that will care about that. Real talk. That's not me being insulting or nothing. Everybody knows when the title goes to the last day, regardless of who wins it, that's, you know, entertaining. Like, from now, Liverpool's won the league now. Now the focus is on who's going to win in Europe. Who's going to get top 5 or whatever it is. You know, who's going to do this, who's going to do that, because this is done now. And because that fucking man there that you see on that fucking gravestone because he thought to himself, you know what? I don't need a striker now. After 2 title races, I'm sorry. You better deliver. I still have you guys to win the Champions League. Babs is a wallad. But Babs is something else. Babs is something else. Even a lot of Arsenal fans can't stand Babs. I'm one of them. I know he says things, you know, to drive traction and all that shit. But if we triumph in Europe, all these toxic positives will be in a position to be like, what you lot say no. You know what I mean? What's wrong with Babs? It's the toxic positivity that people are picking up on about Babs. And it's how he runs his mouth too early. He will say, like, for example, let's say if we start next season and we win our first 3 games by a goal margin of 4+ goals and conceded about 2 in the first few games, people like him will start saying that we're gonna go invincible and win the quadruple, basically. And then when that doesn't happen, he'll come some bullshit. When he get injuries, he'll just use that. Anything that happens, he'll move the goalpost and be like, this is why it's not happening. That's why I didn't entertain this whole, it's injuries why we didn't win the league bullshit. Didn't want to entertain that. You know what I mean? Did not want to entertain none of that bollocks. No way. Jose Enrique. Not doing it. He's more bearable than Turkish and them lot. Obviously, not a fan of Turkish. Winning a title is a shut up to all those AFTV mutants. Lee is a bigger flip-flop. Now, what I will say about our boy Gunner, yeah, is man was rocking Real Madrid shirts hardcore. Now, I haven't been watching this stuff that much recently, but can anybody tell me, since we knocked out Real Madrid in the Champions League, has he been seen in a Real Madrid shirt since? Because I personally, I honestly do not know. I just want to put that out there. It was necessary. The background was necessary. If we don't get Champions League, Arteta should get fired at full time. It's his last leg. You know what I mean? It's that or bust. Totally disagree. Turkish is the real one. Babs is very toxic. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with Turkish. But obviously everyone has their opinions. But, you know, I reckon you man slap PSG. We'll have to see. We'll have to see. We're expected to get to the final from this point. But, you know, we'll big up to Views on Sport. Hold on. Turkish is a dead negative, always up his ass. Okay, it's not letting me. I've frozen. Oh, right, I'm back now. Babs is a gaslighter prick. I don't even watch AFTV. Yeah, smash the likes up, people. Honest question. If you don't win the Champions League, what should happen with Spanish Brendan Rodgers? Well, you see, oh, right. Something was going on there. Got my phone connected to the thing. Let me just see if I can change it back to. I'll just use that. See, if we don't win the Champions League, what should happen to him? He should get sacked. Straight up. Like that. No dancing around, no nothing. Like straight up sack. I mean, not gonna lie, I can't stand the mad negative ones as well with just rants. When they have TV Zionist channel. Balance is important. Yeah, like, you know, you're always gonna have somebody that's, you know, on the more positive side and on the more negative side. But you get to a point where you then have to be logical with when you're being ultra positive. For example, that's why I pointed out in the beginning that Robbie was the same guy saying that Southgate needed to go because he got to two finals and couldn't win it. So let's get somebody else in. That was his. He said that, right? And y'all see me react to it. I mean, y'all seen it.
I've seen him do it.
I mean, but then when it's Arteta now, it's different. You know what I mean? I think it's okay, but you can be a bit too smug. League gunner in Real Madrid shirts is weird behavior. He uses them as a barometer, which I get, but this season that's backfiring. That's what I mean. So since we knocked Real Madrid out, has he been seen in any? That's what I'd like to know. I'd like to know if he's been seen in any. Because if let's just say Arsenal win the Champions League, yeah. Let's say we win it. You know, we knocked Madrid out, knocked PSG out, and beaten whoever in the final, and we win the Champions League. How long do you think it'll be before you see him in the Real Madrid shirt again? Because I believe that you ain't going to see him in the Real Madrid shirt anytime soon if the scenario plays out that I just did. Some will look at that. Do I have the clip in here? No, I don't have the clip in here. But some will look at that and say, "No, you flip flopping." So maybe he might wear it in his other channel, maybe. But you know, some might look at it.
Hey, you ain't going too goddamn far now.
You know what I mean? Where am I? PSG is a tough game. Yeah, I'm not going to take them lightly. I'm not going to take PSG lightly, man. But we it's all we've got. You know what I mean? And the thing is, I said back in early September, end of August, when we drew against Brighton at home, I knew from then on, nope, we are not winning the league. At that point, I was thinking to myself, Man City are going to win their 5th straight title. At that point, that's what I was thinking. That's literally what I was thinking at that point. Any Arsenal fans saying we don't care can shove it. This season has been atrocious, but win the Champions League and we can salvage it. Yeah, this is the thing. Like, obviously, well, maybe not every Arsenal fan, but we care that we haven't won the league. But if we win the Champions League, obviously that is going to cloud over the shortcomings of this season. But for me, personally, this is why I said, even if Arteta wins the Champions League, I still want him gone. Because I can't forgive. But depending on how I feel, we'll see how I feel if it happens. But I can't forgive that you allowed Liverpool with a new manager that just came in to come out of nowhere and just win the league. Like, I can't let that go, because that tells me anybody that dares to be in a title race, an immediate threat. I'm tipping Newcastle to finish 2nd next season, because I think next season the title race is going to be wider open. I don't know who's going to win it, but I don't think it will be us, because I don't think this guy here on this headstone, I don't think he's even if he wins the Champions League, I don't think he is good enough to triumph us to a league title. I don't think he's good enough. I don't think he can do it. Over a 38-game period, he can't do it. Look how he manages the players. Look how he manages Saka. Right. Watch when Gabriel comes back from injury. How often are we going to see Kivior? That's my problem. That's my problem with this manager, right? You won't see him. Let's say we're winning a game 3-1, 3-0, some shit like that. a comfortable 2-0, maybe even a comfortable 1-0 lead, you're not going to see him take off Gabriel or Saliba to bring on Kivior for the last 25 minutes. You ain't going to see it. And that's my gripe with managers like this. That's why you're getting defenders now. You're getting players, should I say, tearing up hamstrings. You know what I mean? And this is why I fear that even if we get a striker in, Muggins here will do the same thing he did to the likes of Saka and Gabriel, just overplaying. That's what he'll do. You know what I mean? Jesus ain't going to last long enough to even be a rotation at this point. So me wanting Arteta out is bigger than just the trophies. I said this already. It's bigger than that. You know what I mean? How he manages these players is atrocious. You know what I mean? And I'm not sleeping on that. Yeah, man, like Doué is gonna be a threat. Like, I'm not taking these man lightly. Real Madrid flops one time. Carlo gone. Yeah, at Real Madrid you can't afford to slow down. You know what I mean? These men will be on you. So if you're if you're serious, mighty Arsenal get rid of Arteta. Yeah, if we don't win, because we know he's staying. If we win the Champions League, for example, like we know he ain't going nowhere. But for me, like, if we want to win the league title, you can't go into it with this guy. You can't. He's shown us this. He's literally shown us this. He's got. So, unless he's going to keep winning cups, their attack is with the defense is a little shaky. Yeah, Villa got at PSG. You know what I mean? So, I look at that. Just saying 2 days ago, Bav said Gyökeres deals confirmed. Ain't no Gyökeres deal done. I'm seeing.
Stop the cap.
I'm seeing the things on X saying about Gyökeres wants to push for Real Madrid. So you know what I mean. I don't entertain nothing about the transfers until it's officially been spoken about. You know what I mean. And I don't want to go by Mr. Here we go either. You know what I mean? Here we go. This, that, and the freaking third. I don't go by no done deal show, that bullshit deal show. I'm calling it. You know what I mean? And we all know what channel I'm talking about. The channel that does a show about something that's done that's not been done. You know what I mean? And usually when I see something about done deal, it's usually about my football club, the football club I support. You know what I mean? The amount of times Ivan Toney was a done deal to come to us. Amazing. You know what I mean? Full focus on Tuesday. I want to slap PSG and get to that final because I'm so disappointed in Arsenal. Congratulations, Liverpool. Yeah, like I said, it's all we've got. You know what I mean? So that's it now. That's it. All we've got. Big up to you, Kurt. Into a cup final. Another cup final. You know, that's FA Cup final 3 seasons on the spin now, I believe. So congratulations to you lot. It's probably, again, another trophy coming your way. Obviously, Palace are playing all right, but I just think that, you know, when push comes to shove, you're just going to do what you do. We got cocky against PSG. Look what happened to Liverpool. Yeah, we can't afford to be getting cocky. You know what I mean? We can't afford that. Arsenal might not even finish second. Nope. I think we're about, is it 6 points in front of you right now? I could easily be turned around. You know what I mean? We've got Bournemouth next in the league at home, and yeah, these last these last 5 games. We've got Bournemouth, Newcastle. Bournemouth, Newcastle. Oh no, got Bournemouth, Liverpool, Newcastle, and Southampton. Yeah, these 4 games left now, innit? PSG will be tough, but I'm actually confident we can get past them if we actually turn up and cut out mistakes. Yeah, if Saliba can concentrate on the frigging ball, you never know. We might see us back in a European final again. We will win the league. Oh no, let's be for real. I don't think so. Don't have a little top. What we don't have is the manager that can take us over the line. I give Arteta the striker. I don't think that he'll manage the team properly anyway. There'll be something. I mean, so he might be he just might be a cup guy at best. Newcastle will be even better next season. I feel they'll finish second next season. You know what I mean? That's what happen. Newcastle. I'm not sleeping on Newcastle. You know what I mean? He's been referred to as the Spanish Pulis, as this guy. If he can stink me away to a trophy, you know what I mean, I'll take it. But you know what I mean, then this guy's just got to move on, because I'm telling you right now, if Leeds United, who's just come up, get into a title race, I'm looking at them as we might not win it against these men, because this guy responded. 2 title races, he responded with, I'm going to sign Kai Havertz, and then in the next window, I'm going to sign Raheem fucking Sterling. Washed up Sterling at that. That was his response. Now I'm seeing on social media, Arsenal interested in Christopher Nkunku. And the cycle continues. If we sign another Chelsea player, right? I don't want to see nothing about this Berta shit. I want to see nothing about that. You know what I mean? Because this whole thing about Berta coming in, I expect to see proper signings. Not I'm trying to go behind, Chelsea to get some shit. What's wrong with Lee gonna wear a Real Madrid shirt? You never wear it against Arsenal though. Because the thing is it's fine wearing it, even though I do think that if Babs or Igal was to do the same thing, they'd get absolutely shredded for it. But it's fine wearing it. But then if after we knocked out Real Madrid, I'm not seeing him in the Real Madrid shirt, I'm looking at that a bit sus. And if we win the Champions League and then I don't see him in that Real Madrid shirt again, I'm looking at that sus. Because let's face it, if Babs does this, if Igal does this, if AFTV Robbie does this, anybody else does this, they get ripped to shreds for it. They get torn a new one for doing it. You know what I mean? It's fine if people want to do it. But just if anybody else wants to do it, leave them to do it. I mean, because it's no different than if Real Madrid were as good as what they were, we know that it'd be a different shirt being worn. People call it glory hunting, which is fine because we all have done it, but to the point of where my team shits, so I'm gonna ride this other team. You know what I mean? I don't think Arsenal are being cocky though. It's confidence. I wear Barcelona shirt last night. Yeah, people are entitled to wear the other shirts, but I mean, like, let's face it. People can say, "Oh well, maybe he's always liked Real Madrid." Blah blah blah. You didn't start seeing it until Arsenal were that shit and Real Madrid were that good. You know what I mean? It's not like, unless I'm missing something. It's not like he came onto the channel and he was always mixing around and wearing the Real Madrid shirt and everything like that. But the reason why I bring it up is because anybody else does this, they get ripped for it. You know what I mean? And they get called fake fans and they get called all sorts. You know what I mean? Serious question. The Havertz situation. What happens if he doesn't score 10 plus goals next season? Well, I would hope that we'd have a player in place that's playing ahead of him that's going to score 10 plus goals. So that even if he doesn't score 10 plus goals, he's at least chipping in with something. But he shouldn't be our main forward line. You know what I mean? He should be third choice at that now. You know what I mean? Never wanted Havertz at this club. But Arteta got the best out of him. And then Havertz kind of reverted back to type. For me, just my opinion, if he wins the Champions League, I'll give him one more season to win the Premier League. If we fail again, I want him gone. No FA Cup or EFL Cup will change my mind. It's fair, but for me, I just... If Man City won the league again this season, it would have been less bad because we're losing to the same club. You know what I mean? It's them that we just can't get over kind of thing. But nah, the fact that it was somebody else and the way it happened as well. Like, it wasn't really a title race from our end. It was just Liverpool, just like 2020, just ran away with it. You know what I mean? I can't forgive that. But maybe seeing us lift the Champions League trophy, if it was to happen, maybe that might make me, look at it differently and be like, you know what? But I still stand by what I said. Arteta would deserve a statue outside the Emirates if he was to win the Champions League. He would deserve that. Whether I want him here or not, he would deserve that. You know what I mean? He would. And then I'll call him the Spanish Di Matteo because he would have won the same thing as Di Matteo. You know what I mean? An FA Cup and a Champions League. Although he'd be a bit ahead because he has 2 shields. Nah, I ain't taking them lightly either. I'll have to see if that happens, if I'm to believe in this guy again. I'll have to see. Man, what the fuck, y'all, Chris Deal done? Am I missing something there? Well, I don't know. Egan Bowles, PSG, not good because they lost 3-1 at home. You see, I saw Egal, talking about how they got beat and basically he's taking them lightly. And this is exactly why we get cooked. So if we don't win the Champions League now, you know who's the first one that's going to be the sacrificial lamb, don't you? It's going to be Egal. I mean, PSG they're already won the league anyway. Obviously, they would have wanted to go the whole campaign unbeaten, but it is what it is. I think our best we can rely on is our defense turning up and shutting them belly down. Yeah, I mean, but we need our attack to do their thing as well. Once we deal with PSG's attack, we need to then go on the other end and make sure we do our bit. You know what I mean? That's crucial. Right? Do you remember you predicted we win the FA Cup, and that's all we have? Let's hope that's what's happening instead with the Champions League. Yeah, because I honestly thought to myself, this season we're going to win the FA Cup. I said that. I honestly thought this season was going to be it. Because I did feel like if Arteta was going to win something, it would be this season. And the only thing I saw was the FA Cup because he has already won it before. But it could be that it's the Champions League. Could be. We'll have to see. Our worst season and can still win the FA Cup. Yep. What's going on here? Questions all Gunner fans here. Do you guys think you will win at Anfield in 3 weeks? Yes. I'll tell you. The title's done. There's nothing to play for now other than just I got kicked out. I got kicked out because some goofiness is going on here. But yeah, let me find your question again. There's quite a lot of comments. Oh, yeah, right. So yeah, I do think we'll beat Liverpool at Anfield. You know what I mean? It'd be so Arsenal to go there and finally win, and it don't mean anything anyway. It's just that's just us. That's just what we do. You know what I mean? Won't mean anything really. Yeah, because the league's done. I can see that happening. I want another 5-2 against Crystal. I don't think we'll beat him 5-2 in the final. I don't think it'll go down like that. You know what I mean? It's Arteta will never win Arsenal the league. I don't think he will. Because I've seen enough in him that says, you know what I mean? You can't take us over the line. On a over a 38 game period, you can't do it. You know what I mean? Don't underestimate him because Eze can wound you. Next year, United are going to win the Premier League and you're going to finish second, mark my words. So United are going to win the Premier League and we're going to finish second behind you.
You serious?
Ah! What?
I don't know, even if we do or won't celebrate, it means nothing when you won the league already. Crystal Palace have a 20% chance beating you. To be calling him Spanish purist is a bit unfair, to be honest, man. He's better than that. No, for me, he's a Spanish Brendan Rodgers with an extra community shield to his pedigree. You know what I mean? If he was to win the Champions League, he then becomes in fact, what nationality is Di Matteo? Oh, he's Italian, isn't he? So he becomes a Spanish Di Matteo with 2 extra community shields. You know what I mean? Like he's done. He ain't getting nose until he starts winning league titles as well. On top of all this kind of thing, you know what I mean, just like Slot's a B-Tech Pellegrini. You know what I mean? And I'm basing that off the fact that he did the same thing he did, apart from Slot didn't win that cup final, the EFL Cup. Pellegrini did. So he's a B-Tech Pellegrini. It's not an insult. It's just, you know, you did the same thing Pellegrini did, but with a trophy, 1 trophy less. And so on and so forth. You know what I mean? Arteta is okay. His career now depends on the Champions League. He better deliver it. He better deliver it. PJ Morwell, bias referees, red cards, injuries, bad luck. Our fans blame everything except the gaffer Muppets. Yeah, I said before, I get what people are saying when they're saying, you know, Liverpool got away with certain things. And I said before that since this David Coote thing, it just reminds me of, you know, a company that there's a video of the boss or manager of the company. There's a video of him being racist towards blacks, saying all N-words and stuff in a video. And then now to his black supervisors is super friendly. He lets them get away with 2-bit things that otherwise people wouldn't get away with, kind of thing. And it's all in case of, I don't want to look like I'm actually racist. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you some leeway a little bit, just so it don't look obvious on me, because I'm already in a bad light. That's the kind of vibe I got with Liverpool and the biased referees and all that stuff. But at the same time, that didn't stop us being shit all season, consistently. And it'd be interesting next season if, say, Liverpool don't get their own way as much as they did this season, but they're in the title race. It'd be interesting to see if they can still win it. Because if this is the only title Slot wins, Premier League title that he wins, people are going to look at the 2025 Premier League as it was the PGMOL title because you can't do it since. But as I said before, well, not before, but as I said on Instagram, we will be there for the slot out show. Don't you worry about that. We'll be there for the mate. You need to go now because you're not who we thought you were. You only won the league because it was Klopp's team, mate. Watch. 2028 is coming. I'm telling you, I'm a visionary out here. You know what I mean? These men are going to be wanting him out. They're going to call him your spicy Ten Hag. That's what they're going to call him. I'm telling you. Like I said before, if Arteta wins the Champions League, he deserves to stay. That's had a better season than Liverpool. That's actually, you know what? That's actually an interesting. That's an interesting debate, really, because everybody sucks off the Champions League. You know, everyone kept reminding us that we've never won it and everything like that, and how important it is, and how it's the top of the tippity top.
Oh, that's classy. I can't, but
that's what everyone kept doing. So if Arsenal win the Champions League, have we had a better season or more successful season than Liverpool? Because people are going to condense it down to, well, would you rather win on a 38-game period or win a cup competition? Or some might say, would you rather be the champions of England or the champions of Europe? You see what I'm saying? So it'd be kind of an interesting one because Liverpool fans will fight tooth and nail that winning the Premier League was a more successful or better season than winning the Champions League. You know what I mean? So then, in essence, the Champions League will get talked down on in this scenario because we'd won it, kind of thing. But we were teased for not getting our hands on it ever, and that's all people led with. So that'll actually be an interesting debate if the scenario plays out. Have to win the Champions League, but even then, we probably won't win nothing for another 5 seasons after. And Arteta will probably be here for another 5 seasons. When does it end? You know what I mean? The guy is a glorified Poch. You know what I mean? That's what he is. A glorified Poch. Look what Poch did for Tottenham. You know what I mean? Like that was their chance to win something, and they still can do it. Title race, EFL Cup finalist, Champions League finalist. That's what Poch did for him. You know what I mean? Premier League runners up, EFL Cup runners up, FA Cup semi-finalists, and Champions League finalists. And then he's not there anymore. I wouldn't actively wear shirts that aren't my football team, even if we're being shit. But that's me. I wouldn't get away with it like Lee can. Lee can get away with it because he already has the clout, and if he had as much subscribers as I did and did that, it'd be a different story. You know what I mean? But he's big enough to be able to get away with that on football YouTube. You know what I mean? But if you're somebody like Bavs or Igal, who people like Lee usually come for, people like him won't let them get away with doing that. And that's why I'm bringing up about him wearing the Real Madrid shirt. And if he's worn it since we knocked out Real Madrid. You know what I mean? And if we were to win the Champions League, are we going to see him in a Real Madrid shirt anytime soon? You know what I mean? Because if somebody said that you're a fake fan for doing that, for wearing another shirt like that, and then we win something and then you stop doing it, for example, how wouldn't that fall under the guidance of a fake fan? I'm not saying he is. I'm saying if somebody said he was, how can you defend that he's not? If that happens. Because anybody else does it, they get called a fake fan. You didn't wear you weren't wearing that shirt when there was shit. Now they're good. Now you're wearing it. You know what I mean? That kind of shit. You know what I mean? Because for me, I said I'm not wearing an Arsenal shirt since we got knocked out of the FA Cup. I think that's what did it. Because I was fuming. And I said that I'm not wearing an Arsenal shirt until he gets sacked or wins a trophy. You know what I mean? But if he gets into the Champions League final, I'm willing to put an Arsenal shirt back on. Because at least then that's one game away. And if we win or lose, him getting me there, I'll wear the shirt, even though I still want him gone. You know what I mean? And I haven't worn an Arsenal shirt or anything since. You know what I mean? The only thing Arsenal have worn is gloves. That's the only gloves I have anyway. And I've drunk out of my Arsenal flask that I have. But other than that, I didn't even wear my Arsenal jacket. I'm not doing it. You know what I mean? This doesn't represent that. I can't represent that shit. I don't know what's going on here. I don't know what this is on ITV, but I just recognize that guy. He plays Tyrone in Brotherhood. Success breeds success. I give Crystal Palace 20% chance to beat us because before we did lose to Wigan. Yeah, I mean, if you lot was to lose the FA Cup final, how would you feel about Pep? Because that's back-to-back FA Cup finals that you would have lost. And that's no trophy this season, apart from the Community Shield, if you want to count that. And to be honest, usually when teams win the Community Shield, they usually get the Community Shield curse. You know what I mean? If Arteta doesn't win the title next season, then he never will. He ain't gonna anyway. Him not winning it this season tells me he ain't gonna do it. You know what I mean? He can't do it. Over a 38 game period, he can't do it. Don't underestimate shocks can happen. Yep. Like, how many people really expected Newcastle to beat Liverpool the way they did in that cup final? You know what I mean? Crystal Palace, this is their third FA Cup final. They've only ever played Man United in FA Cup finals. You know what I mean? 1990 and 2016, lost them both. You know what I mean? Coming up against you guys now. Trust me, just because you beat him in the league don't mean you're going to beat him in the cup final. Liverpool didn't lose to Newcastle in the league this season, and they lost them in the cup final. When we lost to Birmingham in 2011, we did double over them prior to that final, but couldn't beat him at Wembley. Tell you, don't underestimate Palace. You know, Palace have got the players to win that FA Cup, but it's whether they'll do it on the day. I personally think Man City will still win it, but you know, damn man, you Liverpool manager in Premier League in the first season. Well, it does. It does, especially when we said about this guy. And everybody told him what we needed. Everybody said, you need a striker, you need a striker. What did he want to do? Sign Calafiori and Moreno. And then get Sterling on loan. That's what he wanted to do. That was his response to, I nearly won the league again. And I got closer to winning the league this time. That was his response. You know what I mean? He went backwards. And it shows. How many points are we behind Liverpool? Is it 13? Is it 13 that we're behind? Let me have a look. Have a quick look at this. Seven, 15. 15 points behind. Shambles. Most of us knew they were winning months ago. Yeah, it was too obvious. Gunners, your owners spend money. Liverpool's owners are bargain hunters, trying to buy players with coupons. It'd be interesting to see how you lot respond to this now. How you go about the transfer window. Because y'all begged the 30-year-old winger to stay at your club. I mean, I would have thought, you know what, if because Salah was on the brink of leaving. You tell me there isn't any young right wingers out there you man couldn't have thrown too bit of money out to get. You know what I mean? I would say be prepared to have Salah be the guy that is going to be he's going to coach the next right winger to be the next big thing. You know what I mean? A right winger that's going to play in place of Salah, blah, 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 instead of relying on him, so to speak. Because trust me, you know what I mean? When you look at how City were this season, you know, we all see De Bruyne getting old. You know, they've got quite a few players there that are old. That's why they bring them young ones in now. And notice how City is starting to pick up now. You know what I mean? Arsenal next season won't make the signings like what Arsenal fans think. No, I do believe we will sign a striker. It just won't be the striker, but it'll be somebody that will probably be all right. But the way Arteta is going to manage that player is arguably the biggest worry. You know what I mean? Because I already know that over a 38-game period, this guy's not it. Congratulations, Liverpool, fully deserved this year. No one came near them. Yeah. I said in 2023, we need a season like Liverpool did in 2020. We need that. You know what I mean? That's what we need. When we were 8 points clear of Man City, I was saying, look, we need to be, if we can get 10, at least 10 points clear, because then we can at least afford, if we're going to have one of them games where we just didn't turn up today, we can at least afford to be like, okay, we slipped up a little bit here. But no. So someone said Arsenal now have made a copyright claim for second place in the Premier League. Not sure. That ain't serious. That's somebody pissing around, surely. Fair play for being honest. Oh yeah, I'm not salty. I'm salted because we didn't do what we were supposed to be doing. You know what I mean? I'm not here to say Liverpool don't deserve the title or anything like that, because they did. You know what I mean? But us being us, I said before the season started, if Man City fell off, it wouldn't be Arsenal that win the league. That's what I said. You know what I mean? There's people that can vouch in here that say that I've seen him.
I've seen him do it.
You know what I mean? I knew full well it wouldn't be us, because I know us. I know my club too much. I just know. All right. We'll have to see what Bertie is made of. I'm not making no predictions yet. If we dare to sign Christopher Nkunku, if we dare, it's mad to see how many people don't understand football. Liverpool fan here. Arteta really is quite unlucky. He's very, very young and had to go up against Pep and the Liverpool squad. I'm sorry, but I'm not giving him the whole, well, he went up against Pep, he's unlucky. I'm sorry, no, because Pep fell off and Slot came in and just like, no, I'll win the league then. That's the part. Nah. Because if Slot can come here and do that, anybody can come here and do that. Anybody can come here and do it. If they can get the team in the title race, anybody can win the league against this guy. Because this guy's not going to push to do enough in the transfer window to try and get us over the line anyway. You know what I mean? Look at how he responded. You know what I mean? Look at how he responded with the transfer windows after nearly winning the league twice. I have to skip through some comments a little bit. I saw win the Liverpool probably a draw. I could see us beating them because it just won't matter. I mean, I could just see us beating them. My thing with Arteta is his lack of ability to get over the line, his man management. Yep, like I said, we've seen how good Kivior is now. Once Gabriel's back, bye-bye Kivior. And you won't see him rotate Kivior at centre-back again until cup games come round. That's what he does. You know what I mean? So, might be Saliba that might be the next one that might pick up an injury because he's been playing 90 minutes constantly. You know what I mean? Arteta didn't. He technically did not need to play Gabriel in that second leg of the tie against PSV. Didn't need to do that, but he did it. I mean, I've seen how much Kiwior has been frozen out of this team. He's only in it because Gabriel got injured. You think if Gabriel was playing 90 minutes all these games, Kiwior will be getting a sniff? You know what I mean? God of Honor incoming. We've dealt with worse. With all the shit that we've had to deal with, and 2-2-bit God of Honor is nothing. Is nothing. We can win at Anfield. Yeah, we can. When you look at if we can go to Real Madrid and do what we did, you know what I mean? None of these teams, none of these rivals teams are going to Real Madrid and doing that. You know what I mean? For the most part, they ain't doing that. You know what I mean? The rival fans that were preying on our downfall against Real Madrid have spanked them. You know what I mean? They can tell us what it's like to lose to Real Madrid. We can't say that to them. You know what I mean? We can't say to them, I know what it's like to lose against Real Madrid, because we don't know what it feels like. You know what I mean? But they do. We need to win at Anfield. I mean, we just need to more than anything, we need to win in Europe. If we were to finish fourth, so be it at this point. You know what I mean? Man United need new starting 11 and rebuild squad. Man United, they're a cooked fan base. You know what I mean? They're cooked. What you know what I mean? The club's cooked, the fan base is cooked. You know what I mean? That's what they have to deal with. Arteta's quality comparing to Di Matteo's nonsense. No, if Arteta wins the Champions League, he's won the same thing Di Matteo's won in England, apart from Arteta's won 2 Community Shields. That'll be the difference between them both. You know what I mean? Because Di Matteo's won the FA Cup and Champions League. It's just that he did it in the same season. You know what I mean? But Arteta can finish second all he wants. If he's barely delivering or not delivering anything, how is he any better than a manager that's just stabilizing themselves in the Premier League? You know what I mean? He let Slot do this. He let Slot do that. I'm sorry. No. Sorry. You lose all credibility when you allow that to happen. You know what I mean? Now for me, winning at Anfield won't feel like a genuine achievement. Yeah, it's just like when we beat Liverpool at Emirates in 2020. When they won the league already, nothing else to play for. Win at Anfield any other time, I'll be happy. Yeah, it's just gonna be a win that leads to nothing. It's not gonna mean anything. If we were to beat Liverpool by a 5-goal margin at Anfield, it wouldn't mean anything. It literally would not mean anything. There'd be no point in even celebrating it. Everything's all about what happens in Europe now. Literally, a 1-0 win against PSG in both legs would be more impressive than beating Liverpool 5-0 at Anfield. Because that 2-0 aggregate against PSG over 2 legs, that means more. Liverpool will just have to be practice for the final, if you know what I mean, if we were to get there. We ain't second yet. Yeah, exactly. We might not finish second. Nah, when was the last time City had won the league before Pellegrini arrived? It was Mancini 2 years prior. And when was the last time Liverpool won the league before Slot came? 5 years ago. But Pellegrini, he won Mancini's team the EFL Cup and the Premier League in his first season. Slot came in and took over Klopp's team, got him to win the EFL Cup final, lost but won the league. You know what I mean? Pellegrini had a better season than him in his first season than what Slot did. It's just that it's more impressive. Well, Is it more impressive because man? Well, yeah. In fact, it's more impressive because but Pellegrini did because he won 2 trophies. Is this a joke stream? Like, is this a bit? No. Well, 3 years from now, he might get fired. Well, all right then. Okay. All right. Okay. Now we know Liverpool do keep managers for a long time. You're not like Man United or anything that get rid of them quick. But okay. All right. We'll see. We'll just have to see. You know what I mean? We'll have to see. Let me ask you this question. If Slot doesn't win anything else for the next 3 seasons, what are you, man, saying? If that happens. Or let's just say if he wins the EFL Cup, maybe an FA Cup, and he's not necessarily in the title race every single, well, for the next 3 seasons as such. Would you still say yeah to keep him? This is the biggest cup stream online right now. Where's the cup? I mean, is this a prediction? I might be wrong. Slot might be the next Pep. He might be the Dutch Pep, and he might win you back-to-back titles. He might do that. I personally don't think he's going to be doing that. That's just my personal opinion. I personally think he's going to get to a point where Liverpool fans are going to start crying that that Slot ain't doing what you want him to do, and that this title he won was with Klopp's team, want with your own team, blah blah blah. But yeah, I might be wrong. Let's get onto Amorim a little bit, shall we? Thing is, Man United are going backwards, and we're still winning trophies. If he wins then the Europa League, Jesus Christ. To be honest, I do think Spurs are going to win the Europa League. I think Bilbao will get to the final because it's in Bilbao and we know how it works. The home nation always lose the European finals. 2002 was the last time a home team won on their home turf a European final, and that was Feyenoord in 2002. But Ruben 10 Amorim, Jesus Christ. I don't want to hear no excuse about he needs his own team. You know what I mean? What the Wolves manager came in and he what is it, an 18-point swing, I think it was. These men were doomed. The Wolves were doomed. And then they turned it round. Then they won 6 games in a row. Something we haven't done this season, by the way. We'll see what he can prove himself now in Champions League. Anyway, Arsenal, England. Only Liverpool, Nigeria colours. So I had a Dutch top before. I love the orange. Yeah, I've got Liverpool fans in here. Congratulations. Always mind Dutch football. Big up to Ali. Just subscribe to the channel, never walk alone. You'll be second next year. Know what? Newcastle will be second next year. I'm tipping us to finish around about 3rd or 4th next season. We're going backwards. Because we're keeping him there. We're keeping him. We're going backwards. Tanya, might not even finish second this season. Might not even finish second this season. This person never won a trophy in their history. Don't sleep on them. Don't sleep on them. Things come to an end. At one point, it didn't look like Man City were going to win a league title ever again. Now look at you. Trust me. All it takes is just that one. Look at Newcastle. 70 years. They had to wait for another trophy. It's harder to qualify for the Charity Shield than it is to qualify for the Champions League. Fact. But this is the thing, right? This is the thing, right? So this is why I don't get why people down talk the Community Shield. I said this before. I don't know if you were in here when I said this. I said it's harder to get into the Community Shield than to qualify for the Champions League. You have to win. You don't have to win a trophy to be in the Champions League, which I don't like that, by the way. And I said this before, so I'm not just saying this. I don't like that you can just get in the Champions League for having a good finish. No, I believe you have to win something. That's why it's called Champions League. But I said, I don't know why people down talk the Community Shield. You have to win typically you have to win the FA Cup or the league title to be in it. And I don't believe second place should go in it because a team above them won the double. I don't believe that. I think it should fall to the EFL Cup winners. And then if they won the domestic treble, then give it to the second place. You know what I mean? Because that would be very rare. You know what I mean? Well, I said this. Getting in the Community Shield is harder. If somebody said, I'm trying to get into the Community Shield for the start of next season, well, okay, then you have to win the league title or you have to win the FA Cup. So this is why you won't hear me down talk the Community Shield. I always mention the Community Shield and I always go, if you want to count it, because we know the average football fan doesn't count the Community Shield until they're ready to talk about how many trophies their clubs won. But, they don't count it. But what you said there is a fact that I've pointed out before. Now, that's not me saying it's better to play in the Community Shield, which is a one-off game, than it is to play in the Champions League. That's not what I'm saying. But what Finch said is a fact. You know what I mean? You got teams that are on the brink of finishing 5th going to be playing Champions League football. Liverpool are now in the Community Shield for the start of next season. Palace or Man City are going to join them. You know what I mean? And to be fair, if Palace win the FA Cup and then, they win the Community Shield, that's going to be everything for them. You know what I mean? But then they'll also have the Community Shield curse. I'm in the camp of if he wins the Champions League, he can win the league. I don't blame people for thinking that way. Honestly, I don't blame you for thinking that way. It's just that I just can't see him being. We've seen managers that can win the Champions League, but domestically, look at Tuchel. Man came in 6 months and he won the Champions League, then he won the Super Cup, then he won the FIFA Club World Cup, and then he got to an EFL Cup final and an FA Cup final, lost them both, then got back to an FA Cup final and lost that again. How can you be so shocking domestically but conquer Europe like that? You know what I mean? And if Arteta wins the Champions League, I think he'll be that kind of guy. I can't do it domestically. I can't over a 38-game period. I can't do it, but I could do this. Have Newcastle had a better season? Yes. It's not even debatable. It's not even a question that needs to be asked. It's blatantly obvious they've had a better season than us, unless we were to win the Champions League. Now, if we were to be finalists for the Champions League or even go out in the semis, you'll get some deluded Arsenal fans that will say, no, but we got to semis or we got to final at Champions League, mate. That's better than winning trophies, mate. That's what you get. First time for anything, you haven't won the Champions League before 2023, but did. That's facts. Cowboy hat. Not a cowboy hat. Ain't no camping around here. Ain't no camping out here. That hat is stridgy. Okay, bro, delete his comment. No, I'll leave it. I'll just leave it. A 30-year-old winger with 28 GA. Please respect our eyes. Still great, but want a Bowen. Nah, you don't want to put Bowen in play. You could do better than Bowen. You know, you can do better than Bowen. If you talk about that West, is it the West? I don't know if you put a typo in there, but I'm seeing he says Bowen 4, but I don't know if if you're talking about West Ham's Bowen, you can do better than that. But yeah, Salah's doing his thing, but age is age. You know what I mean? Like, fam. I know it's easy to be like, he's still doing this, still doing that. I mean, I just, I do respect Salah, but don't put him on the same level as Liverpool fans do. I can understand why Liverpool fans rate him so highly. I can understand it though. I can understand why. Like, for he came to Liverpool and he killed it. I can understand. I can understand why they would. You know what I mean? I don't get pissed at any Liverpool fan that thinks that he's better than Henry. You know what I mean? Like, you have to think about it from their point of view. You know what I mean? Like, when it comes to a player doing all that for your club, blah blah blah. As Liverpool's best right winger, Salah, Rafinha, then Saka. I'm just saying that Liverpool could do with signing a young right winger that's about it, or I think Elliot a right winger or something. Plays on that right hand side, isn't it? You know what I mean? I just think Liverpool will probably just be prepared for when Salah can't keep doing what he's doing, instead of relying on it. You know what I mean? Because it gets to a point where it's like you might not buy anybody else because of the wages he's on. You know what I mean? And now you have to, stick with what you have, and if he's not the same, you know what I mean, I don't just rate people by GA. Yeah, the GA team is like, it's a lot. My 2023 season still hurts me. The moment Xhaka lost his head at Anfield, yeah. It's the thing. It's always summer. But unlucky, you will never win the Prem in the next 10 years. Well, with this guy there, I don't think we will. With this guy there, I can't fight back to none of this, because I'm looking at who's my manager. Him. He's the manager of the football club I support. I mean, if we win the Champions League, everybody's getting it, though. I don't care what club it is. I don't care how many Champions Leagues you've got. The more, if we get our hands on, just let us get our hands on it once. Just let's do that. Trust me, you're all getting it. All getting it. Every single one of you. You're all getting it. I trust me. I'm gonna be that Arsenal fan. Everyone's like, that's why I hate Arsenal fans. I'm gonna be that guy. Trust me. And with me and my edits, I didn't edit this, by the way. So I'm not gonna take credit for that. But with the way I edit things, fam, y'all better pray that we don't make it. No, sorry, Salah is better than Rafinha and Lamar. Best by far in the Premier League. When people say you can't beat Pep, he can be beaten. Because people have a defeatist mindset. You know what I mean? It's just that having Arteta in the 2 title races against Pep that we had, he shows us why people can't do it, because he'll fuck something up so that he can't do it. That's the problem. Because he can do it. It's just that the self-sabotage starts to kick in with this guy. You're getting into the Yamal debates. Thought City falling off would have been to secure the title for us. Well, according to, Robbie and them, Babs and them, Egal and them, Pep needs to leave, and then we can leave. Well, looks like Slot needs to leave now. Looks like Slot needs to leave. You know what I mean? Slot's gonna have to be the one that needs to leave. So now we're gonna have to count down the days until Slot leaves. Then we can win the league. Oh, sorry, no, because somebody else is gonna come in and do what Slot did. Rinse and repeat. That's what that shit will be. Last time Dortmund beat Real Madrid was 2013 in the semis of the Champions League. If Barca win the Champions League, the Ballon d'Or should go to Pedro. If PSG win it, it should be given to Dembele. If Arsenal want to win it, it's coming to Mo Salah. What? So if Arsenal want to win the Champions League, the Ballon d'Or should fall to Mo Salah. I mean, I think in all fairness, Roger won it and he only won the league title last season. So it wouldn't be out of line to say that the not winning the Champions League hurt Salah's chances. But I just think it depends, like, because I think a treble's on the line for Barcelona. I think, and same with Inter. No, Inter lost that cup semis, didn't they? So I think PSG, they're looking at maybe a potential treble as well. You know what I mean? So it's whoever's shining in that team. Slot out. That's coming in 2028. You all know Slot can win every trophy at least once. No, look at how he does. He's going to do that. We'll see. We will see. He might. We will see. It's going to be interesting though going forward. Like, you know, if he's going to retain it, everything like that. Liverpool are all about being at the top, competing for major trophies. If he can't do that, then he should move on. It's going to be interesting if he you know, if you can. Why do you sound stressed, my bro? When you've got him as your manager, that's why. You know what I mean? If this is the only league we win for the next 3 years, then I want him gone. And that's what I'm saying. That's why I said I can see a Slot out 2028 coming. You know what I mean? The only thing I can see saving him is if, like, he wins the Champions League in that time frame, or maybe back-to-back title races, and because every time Klopp got you in the title race, you always won a trophy. You know what I mean? So if he does that, that might keep him. That might buy him some time. But I don't know. I'm just not sure, because when I see a manager come in and do something with somebody else's team, you know what I mean? It's you don't really, not to take away any credit from Slot, but you don't really know how good he is. Because what if he doesn't win the league title again? And in 3 seasons' time, 2 seasons' time, he's got his own team, he's got his own 11, he bought these players. You know what I mean? You are going to question how good was he really, type of thing. And that's what I can see happening. But I might be wrong. He might be that guy. He might be the next Pep that's going to tear this league apart. I mean, besides my prediction, next season will come when I know who I've bought in the transfer window. Oh, would you trophy? Well, yeah, that's what we'll say if we, you know. Yeah, I don't want to be defeated saying Arteta can't win the league after winning Champions League, but I get that until he pulls. For me, it's literally because of this. It's because of this. You allowed that to happen. I just can't. I just can't. You know what I mean? Yeah, seeing what others bring into the team. So I've been skipping some comments a little bit. So I'm going to end this stream. I'm gonna end the stream soon. I know you lot are having the debates. Prime Van Dijk or Prime Terry. I will agree with Rod. I'm going with Terry. I mean, if we win the Champions League, I'm good for everyone. I'm telling you, particularly the ones who actually played in our downfall. Everyone's getting it. They're all getting it.
They're all getting it!
Telling you. Don't let me see us lift the Champions League truck. Don't let me see it. Telling you. You know what I mean? I don't think Liverpool fans, y'all aren't immune, you know. Y'all aren't immune. None of you are immune. You're all getting it. You're all getting it.
They're all getting it!
I don't care how many Champions League clubs won. You're not immune from getting this smart. I'm telling you. Everyone's getting it. You know what I mean? Everyone's getting it. Everyone's getting it. But anyways, I'm gonna leave it here. I've been streaming for like nearly an hour and a half, an hour and 20 minutes. But big up to all you that came in. Yeah, as I said, you know, congratulations to Liverpool. You know, I know I wasn't gonna come on here and just tear Liverpool apart or anything like that. Champions League, having a laugh. We'll see. Yeah, we'll see if this guy can give it us. But yeah, I wasn't gonna come here and rip into Liverpool or anything like that. They deserve the league. You know what I mean? They've been the most consistent team, and that's what matters really. They've been consistently good enough to win the games that they've been winning. They only lost 2 games all season. We were consistently shit. The team that's supposed to win the league since Pep fell off. So yeah, congrats to Liverpool, and hopefully we can bounce back and finally try and win the league. But we'll see if that happens. Anyways, like the video, share the video, comment, subscribe to the channel, follow all the socials. The link is in the description below. And yeah, I'll be back for the stream for Arsenal versus PSG in the first leg of the semi-finals of the Champions League. Jesus Christ. Anyways, catch you in a bit. Peace.
And if anyone wants to have a come at me,
Come and find me. I'm in the car park now.
because I'm a black belt in karate.
Stop the cap.
Come and have a pop.
I don't think you have the facilities for that, big man.